Hello students, welcome to AcadShala. Today we are going to study Aufbau Principle, that is rules for filling of electrons, class 11, chapter 2. But before starting today's session, it would be great if you like this video, share this video and subscribe to our channel AcadShala. This gives us a lot of motivation to keep creating these kind of videos for you all. Aufbau's rule, or also known as Aufbau's principle. It is not based on the name of any scientist. It is a German word meaning construction. Now this Aufbau rule, where should I use this Aufbau rule or Aufbau principle? This is the biggest question. We use it to write the electronic configuration on the basis of quantum numbers. But it is not the older one, children, which we studied in class 9th and 10th. There we studied the electronic configuration on the basis of shells, which was given by Bohr's model, and he gave only and only for shells. For example, element sodium, its symbol is Na, atomic number 11, electronic configuration 281, that is KLM, which are known as shells. Now we have quantum numbers. So we will fill the electrons in the subshells or orbitals and not in shells. This we are going to study now in class 11th. So that is why this rule is very important rule, which is known as Aufbau rule or Aufbau principle. Now students, we have understood that electrons will be filled in the subshells. But where and how it will be filled up? It will be filled up in the subshells in increasing order of energy. So now the question arises, how do we know about the energy of subshell or orbitals? Now this is a big question mark for us. Yes, we have a magic rule, which is known as golden magic rule, that is N plus L rule. So this rule will solve our problem now. Now this N plus L rule, N in this rule is known as principal quantum number and L is known as azimuthal quantum number. This we have understood. And we also know that we have already studied about the shells in our previous classes, which were known as KLMN. And now we will study the filling of the electrons in the orbitals or subshells, which are known as SPDF. This we have understood now. Okay. Now, if I say whose energy is more, 2s or 3p? Again, this is a big question mark for us. How I will come to know whose energy is more, 2s or 3p? That means now L value we have to understand. Now L value comes from S and P. Orbital, this is known as orbital SP. And N is, that is 2 or 3, which is shown over here on the board. Okay. Now we have to also understand that we have 4 subshells, which I told you already, named as SPDF. And its L value will be, for S it will be 0, for P it will be 1, for D it will be 2, and for F it will be 3. So this L value will help us to fill the orbitals. And what will be filled in the orbitals? The electrons. So this will help us in solving this filling of the orbitals. Now students, we have to now finally have to take care about what? About filling of electrons in orbitals or subshells, keeping in mind about two things which we have studied up till now. What are those? First point, energy of orbitals, which is known as subshell also. Second point, electrons first occupy lower energy orbital. That means the electrons will be filled up in the subshell, which will have lower energy. This much, if you have understood, then we can proceed further and start implementing whatever we have learned up till now. Let us do the quick revision. That means we have to keep it in mind 2-3 points for filling of the orbitals or subshells. So the first thing we have to keep it in mind is energy of the orbitals or subshell. The second, that is the electrons first occupy lower energy orbital. And the third, electrons filling, that is increasing order of energy of orbitals or subshells. This we have to keep it in mind. Now we have understood that energy of subshell is directly proportional to, that is, n plus L value. Have you understood? And just now, just few minutes back, we also discussed that which will be filled up first, that is 2s or 3p. So let us understand the criteria of filling of the orbitals, that how we are going to start with. Now, here I have written 2s and 3p, and one more thing we know it, the L value of, that is SPDF subshells, which is 0, 1, 2, 3. This we know it very well, so we have written in the corner of our paper. Okay, now we will take out the N plus L value over here for 2s. So I will write, that is N plus L, and then 2 plus L value of S is 0. So I put up 0. Add up, I get 2. Over here 3p, that is N plus L value 3 plus P value is 1. So 3 plus 1. So I got it 4. So whose value is lower? That means 2s is lower. That is, value of 2s is lower than 3p. So 2s will be filled up first and 3p will be filled up afterwards. Very, very simple. So we have to keep it in mind about this N plus L value, that how the electrons will be filled up in the orbitals or subshell. Okay, now let us see this, that some orbitals are written on the board and we have to take out the N plus L value. Now please concentrate on this, very important. So we have to take out N plus L value out of these orbitals which are shown on the board. So I've written some orbitals, so rest you can do it also, you can practice it afterwards. So N plus L value we are going to take out for this orbitals. So let us go for it. Again, I am telling you, repeating, SPDF subshells, we will write it in the corner of the paper, and its L value I've written 0, 1, 2, 3, because this will help us in finding the N plus L value. Okay, I've written some of the orbitals like 1s, 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p, 3d, 4s, 4p, 4d, 5s, and so on and on. Now I will take out the N plus L value of all these orbitals. Okay, now let me take out. Now 1s says that this I will write it as 1, and this is because this 1 is N value and S I have to take out from here, that is L value. So S is 0, so I write 0. So 1 plus 0. For this orbital I have written, that is 2 plus S value of L is 0, so I have written 2 plus 0. For 2p, that is 2 plus p value from here, that is 1, so I have written 1, so it has come out to be 3. 3s, that is 3 plus s value, that is L value of s is 0, so I have written 3 plus 0, 3. 3p, 3 plus p value is 1, so I have written 3 plus 1, that is 4. Same is the case, 3d, 3 plus 2, that is 5, d value is 2 over here, so I put up 2 over here, and 3 I have taken it from here only, so it has come out to be 5. 4s, 4 plus s value 0, so I have taken out 4 plus 0 is equal to 4. So for p, that is 4 and p value is 1. So I've written that is 4 plus 1, that is 5. And so on, that is 4d, 4 plus 2, 6, and 5s, 5 plus 0, 5. Okay, I've taken out all the values of n plus L, that is value I've taken out of all the orbitals. Fine. After taking out n plus L value, now my next question arises that how will I come to know about the filling of the electrons? N plus value is in my hand. Okay, now let us see. That means I told you about the energy levels also of the orbitals, right? So first I will see the n plus value, n plus L value, that is, it is coming out to be 1. So 1 is the lowest value among all. So I will write this orbital will be filled up first. So I have written 1s, fine. Then 2, of course, 2 is next to 1. So 2 is nowhere. So this will be filled up second. So I will write it 2s after this. Now I see. Now the criteria changes. What it is? Now I'm seeing 2 3s over here. Now a biggest confusion. A biggest problem I'm facing. Now these orbitals are having n plus value same. Now here the rule modifies. Here the rule modifies. What it is? Now what should I do? Okay, you have to keep it in mind, students, that if n plus L value comes same as 3 and also over here 3, then take on the basis of the n value. Then we have to concentrate only and only on the n value. I repeat again, when the n plus L value comes out to be same, then we have to keep it in mind that I have to concentrate, I have to give importance to the n value only in the orbitals. That is, the n value more, that means energy is also more in that particular orbital. So let us take out. So out of these two orbitals, n value is more in this and n value is less in this. So what did I tell you? That the orbital which is having the lower energy will be filled up first. So out of these two, this is having the lower energy and this is having the higher energy. Because when the value of n plus L value comes out to be same, we are concentrating, we are giving importance to the n value, and out of these two orbitals, the n value is lower than this orbital. So the orbital will be filled up. Out of these two will be 2p first and then 3s. Am I clear, children? Okay, now let us see, this 1 is finished, 2 is finished, this 3 is finished, 3 is finished. Now let us come to the next one. Oh God, I'm seeing again 4 over here and 4 over here. Again the same rule which I have modified the rule further. I will implement that rule again over here also. Again. Okay, now let us see the n value again of this 4, this and this 4, this orbital. Because the value n plus L is coming out to be same as 4 in both the orbitals, that is 3p and 4s. So I will concentrate only and only on the n value. So in this case, it is coming out to be 4. In this case, it is coming out to be 3. So which orbital is having the lower energy? This one, because the n value is less than this. So which orbital will be filled up first? That is 3p will be filled up, which I have written over here, and then 4s will be filled up. Clear, children? Next come out to be 5. Oh God, again the same problem. That is 5 over here, 5 over here, 5 over here. No worries. I know I have modified what? That is the rule I have modified. So again, I will concentrate on the n value in all these fives, 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 that is orbitals. Okay. Over here, the n value is 3. Fine. Over here, the n value is 4. Fine. Over here, the n value is 5. Okay. Out of 3, which is having the lower n value? Okay. This is having the lower value, that is 3D. So, which will be filled up first? Okay, 3D will be filled up first. And out of these two, 4. That means this will be filled up after this. 3D. After 3D, 4P. P will be filled up, 4P will be filled up, and then 5S. And what is left now? That is 4D. It is only and only single 6. So I will putting over here 4D. And this way, you will keep on going, filling up of the rest of the orbitals also. So this is the way. That is, when the value of n plus L comes out to be same, the rule gets modified. And I have told you the criteria this, if the n plus L value comes out to be same. So we have to concentrate on the n value, and whichever orbital is having the lower energy, that will be filled up, and then rules changes like this. That is, gets modified. Am I clear, children? Please keep on revising. Okay, next. Now, if it is in the question, like in your exams and all, like if they tell you to write on the electronic configuration, so from such a long way, I am teaching you, you cannot waste your time, doing all these things and then taking out the electronic configuration in your exams. Time management really matters a lot. So, after understanding everything, there is a shortcut also to what to do to fill up the orbitals. That means the electronic configuration of any element. If your teacher asks, you are able to do it with this shortcut. But to come to this shortcut method in the last, you need to understand whatever I have taught you from the beginning till end. Clear, children? Okay, so this shortcut method is this which I'm showing you on the board. So what we will do? We will write the name of the orbitals like this. How? 1s, 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p, 3d, 4s, 4p, 4d, 4f, 5s, 5p, 5d, 5f, 6s, 6p, 6d, 7s, 7p. After writing the orbitals like this, now what I will do, I will show, that is, I will start cutting diagonally like this. I will start cutting diagonal lines pointing downwards. Now see, children, over here first I have put up the diagonal line pointing downwards, then 2s, then whatever comes in the way of 2p, of course 3s is also coming. 3p, of course 4s is coming. 3d, that is of course this is coming. And 4d, of course these two are also coming. 4f like this and 5f like this. But keep it in mind, diagonal lines pointing downwards, the arrow will come downwards. This downward arrow means a lot. It plays a vital role. But how? That I'm going to tell you now. This is the last thing which you have to understand. After drawing the diagonal lines that is pointing downwards, now if any of the element, it is asked by your teacher to show the electronic configuration. And now it is very easy to show and to understand and to write that the electronic configuration of any element, because you know that which orbital will be filled up first. So of any element, if your teacher says, so that means the first orbital will be filled up will be 1s, then 2s, then we are coming from up towards down. Then after 2s, 2p will be filled up, then 3s, then 3p, then 4s, then 3d, then 4p, then 5s, then 4d, 5p, 6s, then 4f, and so on and on. Am I clear, children? So this is the filling of the orbitals when that means the line is going diagonal pointing downwards. So the filling of the orbitals are like this. This is known as shortcut method. So if you learn this is very important shortcut method how to draw. First you will write the orbitals like this, and then you will show the diagonal line pointing downwards. Then you will come to know the criteria of filling of the orbitals, which will be filled up first. Am I clear, children? So this is all about the Aufbau principle, which we have understood very well today, which is very important topic, and this do come in the exam, children. So please keep on revising on the daily basis because you need a lot of practice with your hands. Oral learning and revision will not work out at all, children. So please keep on revising with writing only, children. Clear? So with this kind of shortcut method, you can write down the electronic configuration of any element. So now you have understood that in 9th and 10th, we studied electronic configuration on the basis of the shells. And now after we came to know, we found the quantum numbers, we have started doing the electronic configuration on the basis of subshells, that is SPDF. And how? I have told you the whole story. Clear, children? Okay, children, with this, I wind up the session. Please keep on subscribing the channel and share with your friends, near dears. Thank you, children. Bye-bye. God bless. Take care.